Hey guys, I'm Josh Horowitz, welcoming you to a very special reunion. 9 years ago, Teen Wolf premiered on MTV and a fandom was born. This reunion is for you guys, so let's get right to it and bring this pack back together. Jeff Davis, creator of Teen Wolf, say hey.
Hey, how's it going?
We have Max Carver in the house. Hey, Max.
Yeah.
Carly Carver, say hey. Arden Cho is with us, of course.
Hello.
He goes by Coach, but he also goes by Orny Adams. Hey, Orny.
Yeah.
Ian Bowen, aka Peter Hale, is with us.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Kylan Rambo, say hi.
Ryan.
Dylan Sprayberry, the Dude. Cody Christian is with us, of course. Shelly Hennig, hello. Melissa Ponzio. Sheriff Stilinski is here. Wyndon Ashby. We couldn't do this without Holland Roden. Hi, Holland. We have Styles Stilinski here. Dylan. And you can't do Teen Wolf without this guy, Scott McCall, Tyler Posey.
This is so cool.
Well, that's all the time we have. I'm sorry, guys.
Good. It was good seeing you guys. Peace. Okay.
This is awesome. Before we get into the actual conversation, I do want to tell the audience that this reunion is also about giving back and supporting folks in need during this time of crisis. So if you're able, we want you guys to please click the link to donate to First Responders First, which will provide essential supplies, resources, and equipment needed for protecting frontline healthcare workers and their patients. Good cause. There you go. So, Tyler, I feel like you're kind of responsible for this. We all noticed your tweet from a couple months back. I'm going to quote it here. Hey, MTV, I think it's time to bring Teen Wolf back for new episodes. First Jersey Shore family vacation, now Teen Wolf high school reunion. I'm ready and 28, so it's an appropriate age. So this isn't exactly that, but this is the next best thing. What was going through your head when you tweeted that? Were you missing the gang or what?
Yeah, it was. I was binging Jersey Shore, and then I started Teen Wolf. And I don't know if it's because I haven't seen it in years, but I was looking at it from such a different perspective. I cried at every single thing that you were supposed to cry at, maybe more. And I really was really proud of every single one of us. Like, we really fucking did a cool, really, 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 really good job. Then that's where that came from. Like, I really, it's been years, and I was in it. We were there. I knew how cool it was and how hard it was and how fun and how dedicated we all were. But like, man, I tip my hat to every single person here and who also isn't here. Like, I'm really proud of us.
What's it like to just see all these faces? Must be so surreal for all of you guys.
I'm loving it. It's really, really, really cool.
I think we probably connect more than people think that we do. And that's, just says a lot about the relationships that we form. But, Posey and I Zoom almost every week with the thing that we've got going on. I talk to Holland all the time, Shelly. We're still kind of like this for the most part, in my opinion.
Who else has watched the show in the last couple of years?
I've been revisiting a lot of the episodes. It's such a trip, first of all, too. It's always amazing to revisit just because of the memories. And for me too, it's just such a special thing. It was my first thing that I ever did as an actor. So especially watching those first couple seasons too. I was saying to T-Pose recently on the phone, I was literally just it's crazy, dude. I'm watching you and me learn how to act on the fly. And that's literally what it was. I always think about the show being so it was our school. And I remember being 19 then and starting to act, but I'd never had acted before. I just graduated and was giving it a shot. And I was very it was not lost on me that this was an amazing opportunity to try to get really good at what I wanted to be really good at, Right. And I think me and Tyler shared that, and we were the same age, and just and Tyler's energy too, just leading the show from day one was just I cannot say how instrumental that is to the entire series and how much we all love each other, how much heart the show had throughout. That heartbeat was pumped by T-Pose from day one, So we have to always bow down to Tyler for that. Remember the first press thing that ever came out about our show? It was something like Teen Wolf rounds out cast with teen nobodies or something negative that. Nothing ever positive was, I don't think there was a single eyebrows not raised when our show was coming out.
Jeff, was this a tough show to cast? Because, as Dylan said, there was varying degrees of experience. How do you cast a show like this so well?
Chemistry. The first person we really needed to cast was Tyler. and make sure that we had like a young guy who could play an innocent looking teenager and also a werewolf that could look like he could rip your throat out with his teeth. We knew it was going to be really good, like, and I think the cast knew it too on the day of the network test. When we saw Tyler and Dylan together and knew that they had such good comic timing and such good rapport and the romance between Posey and Crystal, I thought, okay, we've got a chance.
For the quote unquote adults that were on the show at the beginning, was it weird to like be working with a bunch of young people? Like, were you worried about the prospect of working with kids that were teenagers that were sort of still finding their way?
In the cast read through, you know, you go in and it was just like, I went, wow, this is something. And I think I asked you guys if you want to go get a beer. And they're like, we can't get a beer. We're like,
at 18.
Yeah, we were
Loved it.
18.
Me and Tyler like still talk about that to this day. We loved it that he asked us that, and we looked at each other. We were like, we're 18.
Jeff, you can speak the truth now. Who gave you the most headaches over the years? Who was just a nightmare?
Honestly, Tyler Posey's hair.
Just figured out how to style it. Look, just figured it out. I got inspiration from Shelly.
First season, we couldn't understand it. He looked different in every shot. And we started calling it a living creature. We were going to give it its own cast channel. By like season 3, we learned, like the hair people learned how to finally do it.
My hair's so dry, it needs like leave-in conditioner, like a shitload of leave-in conditioner.
I remember Russell saying he looks good wet.
Yeah, so dry otherwise.
By now, obviously, you guys have worked on all sorts of different projects. How is the Teen Wolf set in particular different than other kinds of shows, the way they're run or the vibe?
It trained us really well. It was so cold and we had to get so many stunts and dialogue at the same time that I feel like, I don't know, other people have done a lot of action on this Zoom. So but I don't know, I feel like really well trained coming off Teen Wolf.
Cody, what about for you? How did it feel different?
It was an adventure, man. This set has been by far one of my most favorable to be on. It was work, but it never felt like work. And I think that's the best type of work, man. And like, that's as simply as I can put it. Everybody was on point, showed up, did their thing, but like everyone enjoyed the process so much. No one ever wanted to leave. And that's like one of my fondest memories, finishing a day's worth of work and then staying on set for 3 to 4 hours just to hang out with everybody, just to have conversation, just to be in that sort of environment, man. There's a certain energy, there's a certain tone on set. You know what I mean? It was a very loving place. So very, very fond memories of it.
Orny, when you were hired, was it always under the thought that you were going to get some room to play around with the dialogue, that you're going to be able to improvise?
I didn't really ask. I just sort of, did my thing. But, I think there was a lot less improvisation on this than people probably think. The scripts were really tightly written and, the actors are prepared for those lines. So, I would try and get away with stuff. I would run lines maybe to Jeff or other writers the night before, and maybe they got in. But for the most part, the show was really tightly written. And, it's a tribute to the writers.